Health Inspector Horror Stories. According to Reddit, number 17. Former health inspector here. Number 1. Burger King had raw sewage coming out of a drain that was ankle high. Employees simply acted like it was normal. Number 2. Taco Bell had a fly problem. Customer brought back a taco with a live fly inside. Number 3. Mold in ice machines. I do like that this isn't even punctuated by a place that this may have been in. It's simply just mold in the ice machines, you know? Which means, quite literally, it could be anywhere, it could be everywhere. Seen some with gobs and gobs of pink mold oozing in the ice off from the ice blades. Number 4, Popeye's chicken serving rotten gray chicken stank like death. Oh my god. Chick-fil-A raw sewage backup in the kitchen with the owner wiping sweat off his face and continuing to make sandwiches? And we thought Chick-fil-A was like the golden child. Holy hell. Number 6, Popeye's chicken, where the whole building was slanted and about to fall over but still operating. Number 7, Popeye's chicken who knew who I was and still spit in my food. Number 8, lots of broken coolers and temperature abused food. Number 9, Taco Bell with no air conditioner in the summer. No coolers worked, and the employees were sweating into the food. Upper management kept delaying AC repairs. The AC was fixed 3 days after the inspection. Number 10, I watched a general manager pull a spatula out of dirty sink water to flip burgers. Scratches her ass while handling the burger. It's a wonder half of us don't end up dead, consuming what we do from these people. It's just not right. A hello to Luis Santiago, Pandaren, Linda, Sierra, Project Valkyrie, JJ Man, and Bell. So we continue to number 16. Not the worst, but never ate there after this. First, week in Canada, I went into Popeyes, as who doesn't like mashed potatoes? Boy, I don't like Popeyes mashed potatoes. I'm a KFC man when it comes to potatoes. They were cleaning when I walked in there, and there was a guy with a... Is this how pressurized is spelled? It looks so ugly. Why do I want to believe pressurized is spelled with a Z? Because it is. Thanks. You made that whole word just not like fail to register for me, because it is spelled with a Z. Thanks. Oh, let me try this whole sentence again, because I was getting ahead of myself and it felt wrong. They were cleaning when I walked in there, and there was a guy with a pressurized... Still fucked you up, huh? There was a guy with a pressurized hose blasting the floor, and the water was spraying all over the place. So like he was pressure cleaning and the dirty water was coming up and getting on everything. The fine mist of grim floor water could be seen coating the food waiting in the pass and the prep tables. Everywhere in the tiny space was just getting blasted with floor goop. You know, to anybody who may be listening to this list who has to go out and eat, you know, I hope you know what you're doing. Okay? You're about to be exposed to the other side of the veil here, okay? Number 15, boy. You already knew it, but you weren't kind of like... It's not like as in your face as it is right now. It's like you're watching a documentary where this is how they treat the animals at the slaughterhouse. And they're all like... That's a pretty good cow, you know? God, I'm so great. Number 15. I worked at a McDonald's that was just about to get rebuilt and had just narrowly passed inspection. What is this, Meeb? Well, the owner doesn't want to replace anything because the store is about to get torn down. So the whole place just went to shit. A drunk person flushed a pair of underwear in the bathroom and clogged the sewage once, causing sewage to come up through the drains in the kitchen and stock rooms. We still served food. God. In the stock rooms, dude. The stock room was where we kept a lot of the food items, and it had a ceiling cave in, oh my God, it had a ceiling cave in, and fiberglass insulation was dangling less than a foot away from the food products on the shelves. Can you imagine a person ingesting fiberglass insulation? What the hell? We were regularly pulling. I feel like I'm just going to get higher pitched the more I read through this list, so I need to try to calm down because this is sad and scary. It could happen to any of us. Wow. You thought all you had to worry about was COVID. Why is there a second Seraphin in the chat? Kind of crazy, huh? We were regularly pulling trash cans from the lobby and kitchen anytime it rained to help contain the rainwater from the leaks in the ceiling in the stock room. I left last November. The store doesn't get torn down for another month, so I can only imagine how shitty it is in there now. This is truly a disgusting list. This is like Museum of Filth worthy. Number 14. I'm not a health inspector, but I worked at a restaurant that was barely skirting by on health inspections. We had a big roach problem, but we did keep a good... Sorry, you got dyslexic here. But we did a good job keeping them out of the actual food. Okay? You guys stay away from this food now, you hear? Which I guess is the big thing that they look for with health inspections. Can you imagine the health inspector comes in and goes, "Whoa, what's all these roaches doing over here?" Ah, but they're not going to the food. I see, you're right. Okay. All right, you win this round. The most egregious issue, though, was the time that I was making milkshakes and accidentally cut my arm on the metal counter. Well, I didn't notice how bad the cut was until I saw blood in the ice cream tub. Being a responsible person, I go to throw the ice cream out when the manager interrupts me saying I should go use the first aid kit and they'll take care of the ice cream. Well, I come back to the same tub of ice cream returned to the freezer, but the blood was just scraped out of it. They kept using the ice cream. See, if this is some kind of Republican party, they may even charge you extra for that kind of ice cream, you know? But at least they're cognizant of what they're consuming, as opposed to your average everyday person that just wants a little, "Mommy, can I have some ice cream? Tastes like copper. Mom, Mommy, why? I thirst for blood. I thirst for blood, Mommy. What is that? Is it garlic? I can't be in the sunlight, Mommy. I'm turning." It's a vampire kid. Just for you. You know, I'll be dead one day. So we continue up this list. Number 13. Not a health inspector, but I deliver beer. So I see the back of many restaurants on a day-to-day basis as we're dropping product into their storage areas. The worst was a buffet that had an inescapable smell of hot, rotten milk. Not just milk, not just rotten, but hot too. The trifecta. Hot, rotten milk. It's shit like that ends up in my goddamn bookmarks. You win this round, Reddit. I'd upvote you if you weren't 2 years old and from a deleted user. Hot, rotten milk. Not sure how I even know what that smells like, but it was likely that they had been microwaving rotten milk for an hour and just left it somewhere. I had to leave the delivery. My coworker was sick with a stuffy nose and did the delivery for me as I was gagging outside. Talked to a couple coworkers later. that week, and they agreed that the place always had a weird smell. Ooh, that smell. Can't you smell that smell? I'm going to be doing the stupid Marvel gameplay tonight, but Queen wants to play, so I'm going to be playing with her. I was planning to get on camera and do the story mode, but the story mode will have to wait. Balls. The story mode will have to wait. Sierra Mist says, food inspection violations are available to the public. Visit your local state website. How cool. All of that information is available to us, like a government document that's been declassified. Luis Santiago says, oh God, that's such a dangerous call by the manager. You would not be surprised about how managers are always making moves in the interest of not people's safety, not people's security or privacy or anything other than their bottom line, and trying to make sure that they don't have to pay any more than they were intending to. And sometimes they're trying to undercut what they would have to pay, because in their opinion, in their mind, that's what good business is. Even if the what are the words I'm looking for? Even if the potential cost way outweighs their gain, their immediate gain. Number 12. After reading this shit, I don't know if I can eat Chinese again. Shit. Be honest with yourself, everybody in this stream. When's the last time you ordered Chinese, bro? That does not make us the R word. But you gotta be safe out in these streets. You just gotta be safe. Kyle, that is so ignorant, and I support my local bro. You could support it, coughing. This dude said yesterday, you know, all my troubles seemed so far away, buddy, but now it looks as though they're here to stay. Oh, I believe in yesterday. Suddenly, I'm not half the man I used to be, okay? There's a shadow hanging over me. Oh, yesterday came suddenly. Why she had to go, I don't know, she wouldn't say. I've been gone too long now, I long for yesterday. Yesterday. Nobody expected that. 2 people are going to appreciate that. Everybody else is going to be all like, who sings that?
Well, maybe you should stick to them singing that, because I can't stand you guys.
As we continue up to number 11 on your bitch ass, my mom used to be a health inspector. Oh, this guy. A bar had a bear chained up outside, and the owners would bring it inside to hang out with the patrons sometimes. So what's the problem? You know what I mean? So what's the problem? Trixonic said AC/DC. Can you imagine? That would be so badass. I wonder if there's AC/DC in the Marvel game we're going to play tonight. Can you imagine? That'd be really cool. So it probably won't be in there. Number 10's been deleted. I guess we got to live with that. Sometimes things don't go the way we want them to, huh? Number 9, not a health inspector, but I worked at an ice cream shop when I was 15 years old. When I do this, do I read too fast and you'd prefer that I slow down? It's got to be weird with me. Like sometimes I'm reading too slow, other times I'm reading too fast. Sometimes I'm getting in and out of my thoughts as it pertains to what should actually be read in the context of the list. And my boss found a mini fridge in an abandoned, closed down elderly home. You know, earlier today, I was really feeling in the mood for a little bit of chicken, but I didn't want to defrost some chicken and then have Dia blacken that up. So what I asked her to do was, we have like these Tyson chicken patties, and I asked her to just like get a bunch of those, cut them up, and then throw them into some black beans, and we'd have that with rice. And she really seasoned the hell out of those in a way where it tasted delicious. And, you know, it was so good that we kind of wolfed everything down as if it was, you know, the first time either of us had ever been in the room with food, or perhaps we believed it to be the last meal that we would ever have. But on top of that, what we're dealing with now is the fact that we consumed a bunch of beans, and you know what that may be doing for your body, even though they're good for your heart. They say the more that you eat them, the more that you... So there was still food in there, right? With cottage cheese that expired 3 years prior to me opening it. She gave me 2 bottles of bleach and said, "Go to town." Now I pleaded with her I pleaded with her not to keep the fridge, as in you need to just throw this motherfucker out. Not because I had to do the work on it, but because it was nasty. And if we did get rid of the mold, that was literally eating the interior of the fridge. I didn't feel right putting food in there and selling that food to customers. I cleaned it anyway, but I put it out on the floor and refused to put stuff into it. When people put stuff in it, I'd throw it away or move it, depending on what it was. I also had to negotiate with my boss on how often she'd let me clean the fryolator grease. Oh no! You know that's a big thing, Dia? That they be recycling the hell out of that nasty ass grease, and all of that fucking oil is already like bad for you. Like, at least you go to, what is it? Chick-fil-A. What else can we name that's using peanut oil? You know? Five Guys. And they're using a better oil than is normal, but if they're not, cycling that oil out, it's kind of like when people never clean the ice machines. It's just a cup of death. It's just a box, a wrapped burger of death that you're going to ingest, man. Because we were dancing and singing and moving to the groove, and just when it hit me, somebody turned around and shouted, "Play that funky number 8. Some restaurant near me got shut down because they had freshly severed goat heads in the refrigerator. So what's the problem? You know what I mean? You know, if people come in and they go, "I would like your freshest goat head, please." You know, I have Republican buddies, and sometimes when we're done with our blood ice cream, we like to wash it down with a hot and spicy goat head. Not just any goat head. Will do, okay? Goat head, give me your answer, do. I eat the eyeballs, and I'll save one for you. Name an animal with eyeballs demonic like the goat. Can you do it? You think you can name an animal that looks like it's looking through you? I don't want to hear about your stupid cat. Doesn't count. Bruh.
I can name 2.
2 animals that have a more, soul obliterating gaze than a goat. Let's hear it.
Sheep have very creepy eyes. And
sheep are kind of the same. Come on, you.
No. Sheep are their own animal.
I'm not saying they're not their own animal. It's kind of the same. No. Sheep and goat is the same.
No, they have different type of eyes.
Look, I don't know. I seem like the type of guy where I'm gonna need to have people donate money to me for me to believe otherwise.
And cuttlefish.
Just how it goes.
Have very weird eyes.
Boars are crazy in their own way, and they embody demonology in other ways. But I don't know, the eyes, man. The eyes of a goat. Boars will fuck shit up too. And goat, they're spawn.
They're the spawn of Satan.
I heard that goats are all like actually just 5 goose in one body.
You mean geese?
Nah, man. These are the types of goose that don't like to be like lumped in or associated with people. Just because it's a group of them doesn't mean they want to be called geese. And it's that lack of unity that makes it so when they're mixed up into this one hellish creature, 5 goose, 1 goat, all destruction. Oh, man. This is better than anything in this list. Number 7, all right? Not inspector, but a cook. One very popular local restaurant has the worst roach infestation ever. If you picked up the ticket printer and tapped it to the table, you would have 40 or 60. No. No. Ew. It really made me, grossed. You would have 40 to 60 baby roaches scatter. Roaches everywhere you look. They would fall from the ceiling or crawl onto the plate of food before the server could take it out. It was the most disgusting place. I quit, and it's still super popular and buggy. Who is accepting this? What? I don't want to say anything because it's going to come out wrong. It's going to come out ethnically insensitive.
I mean, you've told me your horror story with, what is it, Church's Chicken? And people eat there.
I think they like it like that. I think these nasty ass motherfuckers going to Church's Chicken like that nasty ass chicken like that. Fucking uncooked, unfinished. Lewis says, well, I'm heading to bed. Yeah, you better get out of here before it gets worse. You understand? Before it gets worse. Oh my God. Who said more protein in here? I got your protein right here. Ow, all over your chest. As we continue to number 6, my friend in school talked about how trash the place that he works at is. He said stuff like, if someone drops a slice of pizza, they'll pick it up and serve it to the next guy. They'll do this with all of their food. The restaurant part is fancy, but the kitchen is a mess, and nobody really cleans it. How are they still in business? Well, when the first health inspector comes, they'll fail, and they have a certain amount of time to correct it. The supervisor of the inspector comes, who is good friends with the restaurant owner, and he passes the restaurant either way. Seraphin Bear says, Kyle, can you give us some carbohydrates? Kyle's Googling carbohydrates because I'm not sure what they are. A carbohydrate is a biomolecular... what the fuck? It consists of carbon and hydrogen and oxygen atoms. Why don't you tell me what the fuck? Carbohydrates are sugars and starches and fibers. Oh, you want my beans? Do beans count?
I guess so.
What I'm looking at don't look like beans. You're looking at a lot of bullshit. This looks like some shit that you just throw on the table to make a nice looking Thanksgiving, but that you're not really gonna eat. Right on the table like that. Well, bananas, carbohydrates. Guys, I know what carbs are. I don't know what has carbs. Never really mattered. That's why I'm so chunky. That's why I got the monkey. That's why I got the girth. Ooh, he's a Hulk. He'll make you scared, towering over you. Oh my God. It's like this beanbag is going to collapse upon me. Beanbag mountain. It's got carbs in it because it's the type of bread that you wouldn't want. It's like so dark, bro. It's so dark you think somebody sliced that bread off of a tree. Holy shit. Kurisu73 says, I haven't watched a stream in a while. It's nice to be back. Isn't that good for you? More asbestos, more asbestos.
We want more asbestos.
Amazing. Beth says, I just mostly think bread, sugar, and pasts with carbs. Nice. Continuing up this list, we arrive at the glorious and wonderful number 5. Mambo, not a health inspector, but when I worked at a Subway, we caught a coworker doing something inappropriate. Not again, Jared. All over the lettuce. My manager had to look at the camera for some unrelated reason. He's skipping forward and accidentally goes too far forward, and he notices a coworker putting a bin of tuna on the floor. Put it on the floor. He puts a bin of tuna on the floor, puts it on the floor. He keeps looking at the tape. This is like The Ring. She gets some creepy music on. Hold on. He keeps looking at the tape. The worker pulls his pants down. and proceeds to enter the bin of tuna. He makes sweet. Damn, the music rejected it. VLC is literally losing its mind right now. It's like, I will not continue. VLC, please. You have to give me back control. I don't think it was about VLC. I think I must be housing these MP3s on one of the hard drives and not one of the solid state ones. So it lost its mind for a second. Intriguing. You're telling me you weren't just ready for me to be clicking any random thing at any old time? Get with it, computer. Keep you on your toes. Listen, man, this dude enters the bin and makes sweet, sweet love to the tuna. He finishes up, goes into the bathroom to clean off, proceeds to smooth out the bin of tuba. What? Okay, good. Dia didn't hear me because that would have slaughtered me.
Tuba?
Shut up. Shut the hell up. Bin of tuba.
A bin of tuba, you know. Your standard.
Shut up, all of you.
Food.
He smooths out the bin of tuna, wraps it back up, and puts it in the fridge. My manager immediately has me throw out the tuna and make more. Needless to say, the guy was fired. And while this was 20 years ago, I still can't eat tuna I didn't make or see made. Oh, God. Shut the fuck up, Sierra Smoobs. Yo, y'all don't know it because maybe I fuck up a lot of things enough to conceal this specific aspect of myself. But as a Jamaican man, I have problems with TH and V's. So they're going to be sounding like each other sometimes if I can't correct myself in a way that I convince myself sounds correct. But before we dwell on that too hard, here we are. And number 4. Former health inspector here. A few things that have come to mind. Sorry. Number 1. Grocery store so infected with rodents that there was an entire group of them living in the dairy cooler. You know, there had to be a lot of them in there if they were resorting to living in a cold room. Like, this is only like the newest faction of rodents, and all the other ones have the good spots. Number 2, Chinese restaurant getting ready for open lunch. I walked in and temped the items in the walk-in. All were above acceptable. And that's how food goes bad and you just feel bad. What really kills me about some of this is, like, I've had Asian food, Dia, that has made me feel absolutely fucking abysmal after. Like, I am on my knees. Am I gonna barf? Do I need to poop? What's happening to me inside? What's going on in those intestines? Like, I end up on the toilet and I'm making peace with my maker. And I'm begging and I'm saying, hey, you know, just let me get out of here. I'll change.
And then you don't.
The bottom line is, maybe after it's all said and done, you can convince yourself, like, oh, maybe you have a shellfish allergy and you think maybe there was some cross-contamination, you know? Maybe it was something else you ate, you convince yourself. But bruh, what if the standards for housing the food was bad to begin with? So fuck the cooking aspect of it. It was already bad to begin with. You cook some bad meat and serve that shit up, throw enough sauce on it, I'm sure it'll go down all right, but it's not gonna come out all right. Your body's gonna be like, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm talking about? Oh my God. Beth says, my Walmart is emphasizing making sure that we put cold stuff back in the fridges instead of just putting them in claims, so we don't waste so much food. Well, you know. Health inspectors only come once a year. That's a lot of fuck around time. You know? That's almost 11 months. That's almost 11 months. You could even say 12. if they're coming once a year. Yeah. Look, man. Even though they were above the correct temperatures, they wanted to serve the food anyway, and I had to embargo the entire cooler worth of food and stood there as they filled trash bag after trash bag with meat and took it to the dumpster. As I was leaving the location, I drove around to the back and they had employees pulling it all out of the trash, dragging it back into the building. You can't stay here all day and watch these people at this Chinese restaurant pulling their fucking meat that was improperly stored out of the garbage to bring back to serve. Why can't you just take a video of them and have this place shut down? As I drove back, they had employees pulling it back out, and I had to stop them and make them return it to the dumpster and pour bleach all over the food to ensure that it could not be used. Are you sure that they wouldn't try to use it again? You know, are you sure these people wouldn't just think, oh, that'll wash out, you know? Number 3, restaurant was so infested with cockroaches that when the manager greeted me at the host stand to take me to the kitchen, he had a roach crawl across the back of his hand. No, he had a roach crawl across his back right in front of me. That scared the shit out of me.
For you, Daddy.
Kurisu, I appreciate this. You know, you're such a good child. This 420.
Smoke weed every day.
It hits the spirit. Okay? Your help keeping the lights on around here. You know, things get tricky in the middle of all of this. Bing bong. So know that I appreciate you. And I'm here just for you, my monkey balls. Number 4, I observe people smoking in the kitchen and in meat departments of grocery stores. Also observe people chewing tobacco and keeping their spit cups on food prep surfaces. I think I've had enough of this whole list. Number 3, I was a tradesman working in a hotel in a fine city in Alberta. The reason that I was working on it was because a new owner was renovating and updating the hotel. The restaurant had a salad bar. Every single member of this kitchen staff got fired when the new owner discovered that the salad bar hadn't been cleaned or sterilized in months. They just kept adding more food on top of the... They just kept adding more food on top of the old stuff. Dio, what was one thing I said to you about buffets? Do you remember?
That it's just kind of like a hosh-posh and you can never really know if it's been like cross-contaminated and such.
I told you that at this stage in my life, I do not consider myself brave enough for a buffet. Any buffet. Anywhere. Number 2, one of the news channels where I live does a weekly segment called Restaurant Report Card. It shows the good and the bad DHEC reports of the week. There was one Chinese restaurant that had live chickens in the kitchen. Live chickens in the kitchen. Live chickens in the kitchen. Listen, there are a lot of interesting rumors that go around about Chinese restaurants, and all I will say is that I'm just glad that they were chickens. Number 1 on this list. Walked into a Mexican restaurant one time and saw some lady soaking some tripe in a mop sink. In the mop sink. Well done. I saw that and told them to throw all of that in the dumpster and bleach it in front of me. My boss had seen a restaurant defrosting raw shrimp in a mop sink with the mop draped over the faucet. Tripe is like the lining of a stomach in some animals. Seraphim. I'm trying to get out of here. Marvel goes live at like midnight, so I'll play some of that in 2 hours. But this is This list is playing games with my stomach. Quit playing games with my stomach. My other coworker had to work a foul odor complaint where the Chinese buffet was closed for about a week without utilities. Ew. He walked in and found that the food was still in the buffet line. He said the stench was so rotten that he immediately threw up upon opening the doors, like walking in on a dead body. The food was stewing in its juices for a week in the Texas summer heat. Those are the worst ones that I can think of. Well, this was a fun little list, you know? Hope you all, I don't know. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. Now, Linda's all up in here talking about, I thought tripe was esophagus. Why can't we both be right? You know? Tripe, the first or second stomach of a cow or other ruminant used as food. Tripe is a type of edible lining of the stomachs from various animals. Most of tripe is from cattle and sheep. That's what that says. Could be esophagus, I'm not sure. Could be esophagus, I'm not sure. Man, living on the East Coast sucks balls, Dia. All we trying to do is play this stupid video game and they won't let me in. They won't let a dude in. I really just want to kick it. I want to take a little break. Let me see if I can get away with sleeping for... Oh, I already have a timer set for 1 hour and 30 minutes. Damn. Wonder if it's time for a good sloppy sleepies. JJ Man says we need a palate cleanser. What do? I take you to all. Aww. Yeah, I heard Ron Jeremy was getting all these like abuse charges thrown at him. Did y'all see this like a way back? It was like, oh, to go on the subway, your dog got to be able to fit in a bag or something like that. Oh, what's going on here today? Okay. Bruh, take me to Reddit. Like my Reddit. See if we can stay away from all the not safe for work links. Oh boy. PS5 jokes, Fall Guys, Chadwick Boseman. Oddly satisfying. I don't know about you, but this perfectly taut cellophane does it for me. Ooh, because you didn't know that there was even anything on the surface. It was so clear. Wow. That's pretty great. Not bad. It's as close as Whitey will get to their African brothers. Sorry. Y'all saw Adele put... I'm not even gonna go there. That bitch did not do her hair like that. I really like that Jamaican bikini though. That shit was hilarious. Jamaican men love white girls. They're quite endearing. But I don't know what's going on over there. I remember I was seeing some comments about people going, look man, Adele is really going through some things and y'all need to stop. Did anyone have these? What is old school ridiculous? I'm subscribed to a subreddit called Old School Ridiculous. Is it just YouTube videos of of wild shit that was on television? Oh man, it's not wild enough. They need to go way further back than the 90s. 90s is dope. Okay, Old School Ridiculous is just the 90s now. Oh no, there's one from 1965. I want to see some really old school shit. Hey, throw a knife at this baby. Watch me do it. Hey baby, smile. What's wrong with you? All right, put the other baby on there. I saw some shit like that. I've seen that shit. There's people lining up, black and white footage of this girl going, all right, look, I'm gonna throw this knife at the kid. All 18 of these knives and shit. And they have like the little girl doing like that little, you know, like she puts her hands together and then puts her face on her hands like she's like going to sleep on her hands, like she's making a nice little girl pose like Shirley Temple or something. No balloons, no apples, just a girl up against the board. And some lady's like, all right, yeah, check. All right, everybody, look. Throw a rock at the kid. Can you hit him? Ridiculous. Kyle Channels does not condone the act of throwing anything in the vicinity of a child. A child? The children are the future. Ridiculous. So I'm going to go ahead and get my little cat nap. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I'll try not to oversleep here. I love you guys to death. I hope that you'll be here tonight in 2 hours for this explosive, you know, Kyle playing with Queen and Dia extravaganza. Because it was gonna be me playing through single player, but these girls all like,
Yeah, so anyway, what we playing first, though?
what is this, Dia? I could just read what it is.
It's either like
A bowl of weird
Fruit?
different fruits.
fruit or rocks.
I melon balled a bunch of colorful vegetables to look like tricks. What's a melon ball? Is it like a...
It's a scooper thing.
They took the time to do that? I thought it was a machine.
No. It's just like a little scooper.
Wow, it really can, you know. They're like little edible, you know. They're like little bite-sized thing. Oh, you can make like a little shish kebab of fruit. Dia, you're not trying to do any of this. When am I going to get a woman who cooks? I mean, you cooked today, because I told you to, and you did a great job. Love it when you do what I say. Wait, don't I have a whip crack noise? Dia? Dia. Yeah. Should I get Mexican buttons? Look, I'm tired. My stomach hurts. You know, we had beans. Let's rest for a little bit, okay? I love you all. You guys have a wonderful day. You deserve it. You're incredible. I'll see you in 2 hours, okay? And I'll check you back here. Bye.